Superman's back to bring us that theatrical experience. Speaking of theatrical experience, I want to thank the sponsor of this video. This video is brought to you by Metro Cinema, a new cinema concept from the founder and creator of Alamo Drafthouse Cinema. Located in the heart of Chelsea, Manhattan, they built a 20-plex cinema with a unique experience. Works like this: you show up to the cinema with you and your friends, hit up the cocktail lounge, get yourself a nice drink, hang out, relax. You go to the room, in which the rooms range between 4 and 12 seats, the big one having 20 seats. You and your friends in this personalized dining experience, enjoying a multi-course meal, some of which are tailored to the actual movie you're about to watch, like the Superman themed menu they do have coming out. Then the curtain raises, the projector comes on, and you're watching your movie. You rent out the whole room, the whole auditorium, with just you and your friends. No one there to disturb you. No one's cell phone coming on. No one else talking in the movie. And I love this concept. This is emphasizing the experience part of the theatrical experience. I dig that. So click the link below, go to metrocinema.com. Grand opening will be announced soon, and right now you can already purchase tickets for shows from September through January. Enter the future of the cinematic experience. And now Superman returns. Again. So Superman's written and directed by James Gunn, stars Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, the leader of the Justice Gang in the DC universe. A kid. Kind of. Now, the real star is the breakout performance of the little crusty white CGI dog named Crypto, as well as David Corenswet as Superman, in a movie kicking off his character in this universe, also kicking off a new DC universe. Now, this is going to be a spoiler-free review. I'll probably do a spoiler video later on, Friday-ish. But for now, spoiler-free, rest easy. And it's a Superman movie, so let's talk about David Corenswet as Superman. I thought he was great as Superman. For me, the Superman of Superman, Christopher Reeve, always has been, always will be. And I don't think they should have actually shown the clips they showed where Superman's yelling at his girlfriend, yelling at Lex Luthor. Not that Superman's not allowed to be pissed. I bring them up because in context in the movie, seeing it play out, I understood more than just these out of context clips. You do understand his frustration of, he's like, I don't see red tape. I don't see the politics here. I just want to stop people from dying, and a war was going to break out between totally not Israel and totally not Palestine. No. So yeah, they should probably choose their clips more wisely, that's all I'm saying. Also, what I'm saying is Corenswet was great. He's definitely a more relatable Superman, sometimes to a fault, because I don't feel like I should be like, yeah, I feel like Superman right now, because, I mean, if someone took my dogs, I'd flip their desk over too. And I'd grab Lex Luthor and be like, start talking while you can, Luthor. Air's gonna start getting pretty thin pretty fast. Him being this more relatable Superman rather than maybe a father figure of sorts. I thought David Corenswet did really well, and the essence of him feeling like Superman didn't feel as lost as I was afraid it was going to. Rachel Brosnahan, I also felt was really good as Lois Lane. No surprise there. It's like when her casting was announced, it was like, makes sense. I think she's gonna be really good. They illustrate out the gate, she's the kind of reporter who doesn't trust, doesn't spin, and digs to find the actual truth rather than just what's being said. That's right, this comic book movie about metahumans and an alien baby who came to Earth from his home planet of Krypton, in which his home planet blew up. He was raised in Kansas, grew up to be Superman. The most unbelievable thing about that is that a reporter with that level of integrity works for mainstream media. Lex Luthor in this movie kinda disappointed me, but that's not because of Nicholas Hoult. Nicholas Hoult is doing his best. A lot of actors in this movie, is picking up the slack where the script is failing. When he's being an absolute bastard, he's fun to watch. But he too falls victim to the monster. That out-of-place James Gunn humor. It's kind of weird that although Lex Luthor is doing the puppet master thing, the twirly mustache bad guy in his command center, what I think of is the kaiju and some of the other baddies Superman has to fight. It feels like there's a case of identity crisis when it comes to Lex Luthor's motivation in this movie. You can either have the audience understand that through the character's actions, or you can have the character just monologue about it. The movie does the latter, before undercutting the emotional tone with that James Gunn humor. That James Gunn humor, the out-of-place James Gunn humor, not helping anything here. There are moments where you're like, oh yeah, feeling the or, you know, a joke, sure. Why though? Is James Gunn that afraid of letting the emotional moment settle, simmer, grip? Because so often in this movie, there's a moment that could genuinely be a great emotional moment. It's like James Gunn's like, no, we can't have it. People need to laugh at every scene. Doesn't matter if it doesn't fit or feels out of place. You know what? There is a great emotional moment in here where he let it happen. That's nice. I mean, glad to have an exception to the rule. The Justice Gang in this Superman movie, absolutely James Gunn's comfort zone. Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, he absolutely sells it. And the James Gunn humor can happen there. It's a mix between the actor and the character in which you can funnel humor like that through him, and it doesn't feel out of context. But not everyone in a movie, especially a Superman movie, is supposed to be the comic relief character. Comic relief, humor, it all has its place, but don't compromise the world for it. I mean, well, the world of the movie, that is. And oddly, it struck me, the plot points and beats in this movie, you've seen before in other Superman stories. I'm not talking pulled from the comic books, you've seen them on screen. One's from Smallville. I was like, that's Smallville. Just like the Superman-ish moments that I liked, contrasted by the humor that completely wiped, if not destroyed, the emotional resonance of the scene. In terms of the visuals, some of the CGI looked clean, yes, but it worked for the movie, for the overall vibe of the film. Other times it was doing these sweeping panning shots among these action sequences. Screen almost looked jittery to the point where it's like, yeah, that feels fake. Lex Luthor walking by robots getting destroyed right by his head, debris flying right by him, he doesn't even flinch. That's not badass, that's stupid. And you can't help the limbic response but flinch in some way, shape, or form. The point of me bringing it up now when I'm talking about CGI is it just doesn't feel real. It feels CGI, it feels green screen. On the other hand though, there were shots in here you look at and you're like, that feels like Superman. That's amazing. That looks like it's out of a comic book cell. And I was bothered by the lack of Clark Kent. Granted, where Superman is in his life, no real need. Regardless of where a lot of superhero films have gone, in which a lot of superheroes don't have that secret identity element anymore. It's a thing that some have, but not as many. But I've always enjoyed the contrast between the superhero and the alter ego. And Superman's, well, if you've watched Kill Bill, you know why that's just particularly interesting. Kill Bill Volume 2, that is. It's all one movie, so whatever. But him as Clark Kent, he doesn't really hide it. He doesn't try to not act like Superman. He's, other than the haircut that looks like he's about to do prank videos at Home Depot for TikTok. And the glasses, he's Superman with broccoli hair and glasses. He's not really trying to hide it. You can tell James Gunn was like, Clark Kent's not really a big part of this movie, just be Superman with glasses. There's also tech in this movie I feel like is MacGuffin tech. It's the super advanced tech. Maybe it's because metas have been around for as long as they've been around in this universe. But the point is, there's this ridiculously advanced tech in this world, and we're just kind of supposed to buy it. But the tech clearly only exists so the last act can have a problem that Superman has to deal with. Another thing Superman has to deal with, another thing cluttering up this movie. This is absolutely a Superman movie for a whole new generation. Superman taking on his greatest threat ever. Social media. Look, in the end, there's nothing hidden here. There are no surprises. I'm not just talking about the fact that this movie's shockingly predictable. I'm saying whatever your mindset is, if you have excitement or fear, the answer is yes. If you're like, oh man, James Gunn doing Superman, I'm a little concerned by that. I feel like there's gonna be conflicting tone. Yes. Or if you're like, James Gunn doing Superman, I loved Guardians of the Galaxy, I want to see him bring that energy to Superman. Yes. Like either way, you already know if you're gonna like this or not. There's some enjoyment in this movie for sure, but a lot of the support characters just feel one-dimensional as hell. Guy Gardner was great. Mr. Terrific, he was cool. I just wish I knew more about him. Hawk Girl, what exactly is it you do here? And that's the Justice Gang. And that out-of-place James Gunn humor just killed a lot more than it added to this movie. And it'd probably be a better time if you're drunk. Yeah, what a bummer. All right, so Superman, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Probably haven't seen it yet. Or what's a character who showed you that being good is the cool thing to do? I always liked villains myself, but there was a character who I was like, yeah, being a hero is awesome. Zach Fair, Crisis Core. Just wanted to be a hero. Whoever it is, whoever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.